Hey, how's it going? Dan Mayo here. This is episode 21, 21 of RuMayoNation, the podcast in the top 1% of all podcasts in the world. How's it going? Date of recording Tuesday the 21st. How fitting. 2025, January. And yeah, episode 21, which means by pure attrition, not based on any quality assurance at all, this podcast here that you are listening to, that we are experiencing as a collective, is in the number 1 percentile of the world. Not entirely certain or confident of my use of the word percentile then. The only time I've known the word percentile is when they kept telling me about my baby and the size of her head, and I didn't get it then. And I don't get it now. The baby monitor, I swear, is in attendance because my daughter is upstairs sleeping, because my wife has abandoned ship selfishly. She's gone to Poland on part of a school trip. To be very clear, she is a teacher, not a student, leaving me with trois children, tres niños, dos niños, un niñas. Don't think you pluralise when there's one, even in Spain. All on me jack, wall to wall. El wallo to el wallo. I'm fucking so tired. And regardless of that, I'm doing this all natural. I had a cherry Pepsi earlier. But other than that, there's no Pro Plus in the system. This is all natural. This is raw. Coming up in the show, who fucking knows, whoever does. But episode 21 means this is the top 1%. And I said to myself, I'm going to get something to put on this here authentic, original brick wall. To sort of have it like a sign for the show. And I weren't going to do it too early because I know, and listen, this hasn't even been released yet, so if this is there, then it has, but at this stage here, it can all still go very wrong, okay? I can absolutely change my mind, decide to not edit this and not post it, but if this comes out, just know that I've said to myself, don't get anything now, because I already got a cloth done once. Cloth. My wife, oh my days, my wife, always, whenever her mum's around, or if she's on the phone to someone she doesn't know, she always talks in a really posh voice. Like, she'll always start putting her T's in all of her words. Yes, I thought that was the case. Oh, yes. Oh, I was just discussing this with Ruth the other day. Like, she'll overdo it when she's on the phone. It is, yes. Because our daughter, sometimes she says things. I've been distracted because I've got my digression pad for if I lose my way. This is the metaphorical tying of the rope around my waist while I venture off into the forest. But I've got a bit of cloth. With the name of the podcast, what I was going to call this, which was Rome D, Ramblings of a Mad Dan, which I still think is quite funny, but settled on RuMayoNation. But I got that and maybe recorded one really bad pilot and then it got left behind. So I said, like, no signage until you've done 21 episodes and, like, yeah, you've proven it's a bit like when your kid wants a dog. Do you know what I mean? We'll get you, firstly, that little cellophane fish that you get in Christmas crackers that reveals your innermost secrets. Who's killed someone? Shut up. And then we'll get you to a goldfish and then like a cat and then like, I don't know, you can adopt a tiger like overseas and then a dog. It's a bit like that. So I'm going to get something, but I don't know what. So if you're listening and you are like someone who makes, and don't take the piss, I don't need Etsy markups, I need mates rates. I'd like it to be wooden, engraved, which I know ain't going to come cheap, but I don't really care that much about quality. I just want like RuMayoNation on like some sort of plaque. Do you know what I mean? I think it look quite cool. And then I want to start adorning the wall with like just sort of references to the show, like a picture, a framed photo of Super Nanny and things like that. Yeah, I'd like to kind of add a bit of flavour and colour to the background, basically. But yeah, my wife, just Ruth. She has a friend called Ruth, and I don't think she actually says it that much, but where like I take the piss out of her so much, that's become fact. But yeah, she's like, yeah, because my mum brought us up to talk properly. And do you know what? You might have noticed in the last couple of episodes, I don't know if you're watching on YouTube, which you can do. And again, this isn't a conduit just to get you to go and watch it there. No one is at this point because I've not done clips. We'll do clips. But I'm trying to talk better. I'm trying to like enunciate more proper. But like with my threes, where I'd be like very much three of them. But then I've been watching a few people on TikTok, like, who just come across really stupid. And I think I'm letting myself down here. So some words, like I just said, think, then it's not going to happen. But like I'm trying to be better as a human being, but not to the extreme my wife is. because she literally, it's like she's scared she's going to get grounded or something. So yeah, Mum would let us know about it if we didn't speak properly. I said, yeah, but if you knew what I meant. But then there was one. What was it recently? I cancelled my Audible because I'd had it on some like little 99p thing. Do you know when you try and quit and they basically start offering to like hoover your house and stuff just so you'll stay? Like Now TV do that as well. Like maybe like, what about if you like 99p? Nah, like honestly, I don't want to. We'll pay you £1 a month. Do you call it £1 a month? How are we chucking all these extra bits? You can have like, the Bollywood package and that. Like, so no, I don't want to be here. But like, I was trying to cancel Audible because it was on 99p for 3 months. And then it was like, I got billed and it was £7.99. I was like, fuck. Especially when most of the books are like £4. And do you know what I start finding myself doing is getting into an endless cycle with Audible, wherein if I go to buy a book and the book in and of itself like ain't valuable enough, I'd rather just buy it with cash monies than like spend my credit, because that credit could go on a book that's £50 or a book that's £3, £3, and like I would get like annoyed, so I go and like buy books that are just massive that I'm never gonna actually fucking listen to because I know it's better, like because it's like better value for money. So silly. But anyway, I've gone to cancel it and they've kind of gone like, oh, I had 3 credits to spend still, and if you cancel it then you lose them. So I just went through like, and I'm so bad like at decision making with that sort of stuff. Like I try and like work out. I was really snotty when I'm doing it. I think it's the pressure. What pressure? Pressure, dickhead. Right, come on, Dan. Calma, tranquilo. It's getting a bit erratic, a bit crazy, and it's quite early for that. You've not got the caffeine in there. You don't want to peter out. You don't want to tuck her out. But I have to like weigh up all the possible outcomes in my life based on what I decide to spend my credits on. And yeah, but I kind of got a bit ruthless with it. Ruthless with it. I got Shutter Island, which that's one of them films where I think like, I wish I'd read the book first. Imagine stumbling upon that book. Like, it'd be excellent. I thought that with like Game of Thrones as well. And I got Misery, one of Stephen King's ones. And there's the be-all, end-all of like a World War II like fiction, like novel. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's like 50 hours long. So bang for the buck there, and it's in like my wheelhouse that I enjoy. But anyway, I spent the 3 free credits, and then I went to leave, and they were like, oh, don't go. How about we give you another 3 credit so you can like buy another book and keep you here? And I'm like, yeah, all right then. Gave me my 3 credit, spent that immediately, quit immediately after that. Like, literally, suckers!
Don't worry, I wouldn't lift a finger to help those brats. Oh my god!
Sucker! I've got like a Jimmy Carr book where he's really into like NLP, like neuro-linguistic programming, and he's quite like, I think he's quite a good orator of what it is to kind of be creative and to get your brain to be uncompromising with the sort of pursuit of the arts and creative sort of jobs, which I can always do with, to be fair, despite being in the top 1% of worldwide podcasts. But yeah, I was trying to explain to my wife about it, and I was like, yeah, and I spent my free ones, and then like my free ones, and then I was like, oh no, I sound thick here. She don't know if I'm talking about like the free one, or the free one I got, or one of the 3 credits. So yeah, I'm trying my best to talk more properly, which is all pointless actually. So is me like celebrating the podcast being in the top 1%, because unfortunately I've got some bad news to break, and that is that my days on this planet are numbered. I might actually be dying. I went into Specsavers to try and sort out my ear. For those who've been listening will know my ear is pretty bug-head. I can't really listen properly out my left ear unless I do the old Valsalva manoeuvre. Then I can hear like ultra 4K and my god, I'm loud, sorry everyone. And then it clogs up again. And I kind of thought like, oh, I've had like a perforated eardrum in the past when I used to DJ. And by the way, DJs out there, wear earplugs. I know it ruins it a bit because you're trying to sing along and you can hear yourself too much, but like it really fucked my ear up. And I tried like little water irrigation things. I'm never going to pronounce the T's in water. It's just not how I live. But like, and they were like, no, I don't seem too much in there. Then I was like, right, we're going past Specsavers. I've read about a thing called microsuction, which for some reason always takes me to think it's something about a penis, but I don't know why. That maybe says more about me and my anatomy than I want to let on now. But I was like, well, pop in there and just see what the crack is. I think they sort of like scoop shit out, like suck shit out. And yeah. I should clarify, I don't think I actually am dying. I feel like I'm going on a very long way of getting to the point where I'm just being an idiot. But they're checking like what the situation is in the ear, and then the girl's like, well, it doesn't seem to be that much wax in there. It's a bit moist in there. And she said, I hate that word. I'm like, but that's okay, great. You've just said it in my ear. Like, it's quite moist in there. Who do you think hates it more at this point? But then she's like, yeah, I'll get you to like have a little look with the actual earologist. Don't know, couldn't tell you. And then she had a little look with the camera. She's like, have you been like diagnosed with like any kind of like ear infections recently, or like perforated eardrums, any damage? I was like, well, I had a perforated eardrum like ages ago, years and years ago. I can't even remember which year it was, but I feel like it was the same year. And she's like, oh, okay. She's like, I can't really see much of your eardrum because there's a kind of growth. And I'm like, okay. Oh. And then she goes to sort of like show me, and I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. I'm like, oh, what, that like white and like black looking bit there? She's like, no, that's your eardrum. I was like, oh, okay. So is this sort of bit here? I was like, okay. And she's got another one with her. One of them ones is like a trainee sat there called Dan. And when I come in, she's like, oh, this is Dan. Oh, great name. And like we had a little laugh and stuff. So I feel like we've like the rapport's been built. But then they're sort of like, she's like, oh, have a look. Then Dan, and he has a look in. He's like, yeah, it's kind of like a polyp, isn't it? And they're kind of going, yeah. And I'm sitting there going like, hi. Can someone bring me up to speed here? Like, should I be worried about this? Should I be getting my affairs in order? Like, is my toddler going to grow up without a dad? Like, what the fuck kind of thing? And they're like, oh, no, it's fine. Like, you know, I'll have to refer you to your GP and stuff because, you know, they will want to sort of have a look at it and deal with it. But that might be why you're, like, struggling to hear. I said about the Valsalva maneuver. She said, oh, we don't really like recommend doing that. I'm like, yeah, idiot. I wouldn't. Only idiots do that. I've not been doing it. So, yeah, but just wanted to sort of, you know. And she's like, but if that's the case, it might be that this growth is getting in the way of your eustachian tube, which is like the tube inside your, like middle ear, stopping it being able to clear out properly. And that could be part of it, or it could be where there's a bit of an issue in there, and then that's what's then caused this growth through like a build up of cells, irritability, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I've been like referred, and apparently it's gone to the ENT, ear, nose, and throat team. And then like apparently like it can end up in surgery potentially. But they could also like stab it with like a steroid direct with a needle, or it could be like antibiotics could clear it up, or like some sort of like oral or dropped steroid. Oral. But yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, the day I really spiraled about it, man. Like I know that my brain can kind of catastrophize and really overthink things. But I was really spiraling. Like I was watching Arsenal Villa, and I was just like chatting to ChatGPT, like, yeah, but what if I could do the Valsalva maneuver and that helps? What are the chances of it being this? Like, because you go on Google and it's like immediately cancer, you're gonna die, and it's like, I fucking knew it. You fucking knew. Despite all the fact that like even in the room they're really chilling about it, and you know, and I know like logically it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. But yeah, in that moment I was like, I just want it to be like just some shit. Do you mean to go, oh yeah, there you go. And I'm like, oh, brilliant. Can everyone keep it down now, please? But yeah. Tell you what annoyed me, actually, more than the stuff with the kids. That's a reference that I can't be able to explain. More than the fact that I'm going to die soon, is when I then had to give my name to the person to do the referral. She went, what's your name? I was like, Dan. And then she's like, oh, right, that's why you said good name. I think, yeah, why the fuck else would I say it? Like, oh, this is Dan. Good name. Like, then when I said my name was Dan, it was kind of like, they were like, oh, that makes sense now. Oh, pity laughs, was it? Because you knew I was dying? Thank you. They're still appreciated all the same. But, yeah. And she's like, oh, is it this same doctor's surgery? I'm like, no, but it's in the same building, but it's not the same doctors. And she's kind of a bit, like, cavalier and relaxed about it. She's like, oh, don't worry, I'll sort it. I'm like, yeah, like, definitely, though, yeah? Like, she's like, yeah, I'll find out where it is. It's basically, there's two doctors in the same building, as in, like, doctor places, not two doctors. There's probably more than... Today's world probably isn't, but I'm not talking like as in
I promise, like, and even it's been a weird these past few months, and
so knowing person qualified human being. I mean, like doctor surgery. There's two in one. I'm over explaining this. I haven't got the time. I've only got a couple of months left to live at max. So I want to get to at least 42 episodes and then being like the top. I don't know what 0.01%. You know, leave a real legacy behind. But yeah. A bit of a fucking stress. Do you know what I mean? It's just a bit of a stress. You'd rather it not be like hanging over you. I'll tell you what as well, while I had to phone up to sort of chase up the referral to make sure it all went through, and it has done, what I wanted to also have a word with them about is getting like arbitrary texts from the medical group that the sort of surgery falls under, saying, oh, like, let me get the bloody message up actually. I'm being attacked for my lifestyle choices. Where is it? And I made that sound as if there's like people being like, "Oh, I've heard what you've been up to sexually." Like, no, like as in. So where is it? Dear patient, according to patient, where's the humanity? According to our records, you're a smoker. Smoking can lead to strokes, cancer, heart, and lung disease. We strongly advise quitting. It's like, Okay, firstly, dickheads, I don't smoke, right? I used to. I quit ages ago, right? Even when I did smoke, I weren't a heavy smoker. Fucking leave off, but just one of the ones where, like, I can't even be asked to go through the process, because I said it to the guy on the phone, he's like, I don't know if that one, mate. I have to, like, ping him an email or something, but, do you know what I mean? You just don't need that. Oh, we haven't good for it. You've been eating KFC multiple times a week, you fat fuck. Being fat can cause this, and this. We suggest you eat salads, Porky. Like, fucking leave me alone. I don't even smoke. I have a couple of social ones every now and then. All right? But they're like leaf wrapped. All right? So they're better for you. All right? And while we're here, doctors, don't be using the flash on your phone. Get a torch. What sort of outfit you run in here? I took my daughter to one of the times she was really ill, just ill, but for a toddler, it's like, and apparently 33-year-old men, like, ChatGPT, best songs for a funeral, songs that demonstrates my vibrant and effervescent personality, don't know if that's a word, but also that makes people think like, oh, what a tragedy to humanity that we've lost this great man with his excellent Top 1% podcast. ChatGPT, like, I don't fucking know, mate. There's nothing to solve what you've got wrong with you. But yeah, just they whopped out their phone and we're using that as a torch to look in her throat. Get a fucking torch, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's next? You're gonna, I've got an app for this actually. Like, fucking, they're doing the same as me. Kid seems to have spots on the tonsils. Like, fucking honestly, state of the nurse, state of it. But yeah, my wife is in Poland. On a school trip. They're doing a whole like Auschwitz, Birkenau tour and things like that. We went not long ago, myself and my wife, and it was excellent. Like in a way that could be. Do you know what I mean? It's horrible. It's awful. It's atrocious. But it's fascinating. Like, it's really, like, I'm all into like World War I, World War II, the Holocaust. In a minute, I'm really into like the Troubles, and again, like, really into the history of it. I'm not kind of going, yeah, let's fucking run that back. Let's start getting the grenades launched back over the fucking peace lines. But, like, it's fascinating. And, yeah, she's there with year 11s and a couple of year 13s, I believe. And it's like, do you know what? That's just stress. I said to my wife, what you need to do, and she knows this because she's good at her job, but, like, what you need to basically say to them before you go in is, like, look, nothing is funnier than how atrocious the things happened in this place were. There's nothing you can say that is going to be funny enough for you to risk joking about it in this situation. Like, generally, I want to believe that, and usually it is the case, you know, I have a lot of teaching experience. I've taught for like 8 years. When it really comes to the crunch, why am I closing my eyes there? Why am I being that person? Why am I doing that? That stops immediately. Fucking reminds me of this video. No, I can't get into it now. But when he's like, it's a guy talking about like how he was once racist, I think. And he was like, oh, I need to find the clip. By the way, I found the clip of the guy going, he burns himself. I'll find that as well. I'm not going to promise to put it in this clip. I'm a bit tight on this week, so I won't be able to find it again. But I've screen grabbed it. But like, this guy's like, you know, and the things I was saying, the things I was doing, and it got to the point where I woke up one day and I was looking in the mirror going like, who are you? Like, what are you doing? Like, who do you think you are? Who the fuck are you talking to? What, you want to fucking go? So I beat the shit out of myself, and it makes me laugh, and it's so stupid. But yeah, I've no idea what I'm talking about now. Brilliant. That's a symptom of the polyp, I think. Pressure on the brain. I actually read somewhere in that like, sometimes it's not actually a polyp, it's the brain that's just managed to escape the cavity of the skull. I'm like, yeah, that'd be it. That'd probably be it, I reckon. Yeah, it's almost inevitable, to be honest. Right, come on, we can work back though. We could do this. Come on, let's follow the little rope. Let's follow the breadcrumbs. Talk about being at Poland. And then I had to like reflect on, yes. Yeah, I was doing the thing I was closing my eyes when I was talking. Like, which is unacceptable, proper. Like, Megan, do you know what? I'm gonna self Megan that shit. Unacceptable, Megan.
Excuse me, Megan. That behaviour's unacceptable. I don't like it.
Fucking people closing their eyes when they talk. Oh, and I just did it as well. Straight in the bin with me. Me? Again, not getting into it. Kid in the back of a taxi, don't know why he's covered in mud, but he is. And he's like, me?
What's wrong with him, mate? Is he fucking sick in the back of my...
No, he's 100%.
Hey, I'm fucking tennis, but see, he's in the back of a car, dirty there, he'll be fucking 50 pound of the shit, I
might have to try and find that one somewhere. But, yeah, mostly, when it comes to the crunch, like, kids are good. Like, they are good, all right? And when it comes to real serious moments, they'll typically do the right thing. But I also know sometimes their judgment of decisions and social situations isn't always great. So yeah, like, I'd be walking around just nervous as fuck. One of my year 11's going to say something fucking stupid. And do you know what? When we went, And again, like, I would recommend anyone going. I don't like the whole, like, you owe it to yourself to go. Everyone should go to, like, you know, be held accountable and all that kind of stuff. But go, it's fascinating. And it's really, I mean, more, you know, less so than the Troubles in terms of proximity to modern day. But, like, this isn't that long ago. And it's intense. Like, my mate Nick was like, I just don't... That's not a holiday, Dan. I'm not suggesting it is a holiday. It's just fascinating. She's like, yeah, but Dan, like, I want to get away from it all. I want to go have some cocktails, you know, a bit of all-inclusive action. Lilo, Sun Lounger. Why are you going somewhere where millions of people were killed? I'm like, no, I get it. Like I said, I'm not there to relax. Like, I'm just fascinated by it. But, yeah, it's... I've seen videos and horror stories of people behaving like absolute dickheads there. And do you know what? The behaviour was pretty decent. Like... In general, my days. One guy did oh man, he did my fucking head in. And trigger warning, I suppose. That probably should have come before you talk about, like, the Holocaust. Like, I'm just aware, thinking about what I'm going to talk about later on as well. This might be quite a Nazi-heavy episode. And I'm not going to say that word over and over again. I'm sure YouTube won't like it. But, like, we're on the... So for those who don't know, the way we did it, you went on a shuttle to Auschwitz-Birkenau, and they put on a documentary. And it's fucking brutal, man. Like, it's hard, like, genuinely, it's fucking heartbreaking. Like, I don't need to point it out to you. Some of the, you know, they don't pull any punches, nor should they, because it needs to be laid out in all its, like, bare fucking idiocy. Is that the word? I don't know. Hideousness. But it needs to be laid to bed. I mean, there's no point, like, fucking going, that weren't blood. It was just jam from the donuts everyone enjoying. Like, do you know what I mean? It's fucking grim. And rightly so, the tape was fucking grim. But this absolute fucking land whale next to me, like, munching sandwiches the whole way through the fucking video. Oh my God, I could have started swinging on that bus, man. Like, I'm talking double sandwiches. Like, he's made 2 sandwiches, just so 4 bits of sandwich.
2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 3. Quick maths.
And at the point of the documentary I'm talking about, like, they've already shown them being dropped off at the train tracks of Birkenau, and you've already seen the, you know, almost skeletal figures of children, women, you know, the elderly. You see videos and pictures of, you know, people basically being sectioned to one side to be immediately killed, like, and some would even argue that was relief because they didn't have to then experience, like, and that's, you know, we've seen all of that. At what point in that moment does someone go, oh yeah, do you know what? I might just have that fucking sandwich made earlier. Like, fuck me. But at the point where I really, like, I had to really bite my tongue, is when it was showing a bit where it was like, it was children. Like, it was children, toddlers, small children being dragged dead, like, just skin and bone, like, onto carts, right? And I'm in the corner of my eye while that's all going on. He's like, and I think, if that's not enough to put you off, fuck me. Like, I don't want to fat shame, but I think this bloke needs a bit more shame in his life. Have some fucking shame. Have some of that. This is atrocious, and that's not putting you off your double sandwich. Fuck me. Like, but he's not going, and he looks at his wife and goes, oh, yeah, awful. Yeah, it is awful, actually. Made worse by the sound of you and your fat chops fucking churning round. I just couldn't tolerate it. Am I being unreasonable there? Like, and I'm not, listen, it's not about his size. It isn't. But, like, no, it genuinely isn't thinking, is it? No, it isn't. I think there's, like, there's a time and a place. Do you know what I mean? They banned popcorn from the screenings of Schindler's List in cinemas because it was, like, disrespectful to watch that and being like, I'm gonna fucking go. Like, have some fucking decorum, man. Have some respect. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you reckon maybe the fucking sandwich could have waited until they weren't showing corpses of babies being chucked onto a fucking cart? But if I'm his wife there, I'm going, what the fuck are you playing at, man? Put this, like, do you know what I mean? The lack of self-awareness. It made me, like, already pissed off that he was going to be a dickhead all the way around. And in the end, it ended up being quite separate. Obviously, he got fucking left back, like, in the fucking canteen. Jesus, man. Oh, man. It really, can you tell, really pissed me off. But do you know what I mean, though? Fucking honestly, sort your life out, man. Yeah, went a bit heavy going there. And listen, I'm just going to, like, caveat that a bit more. Like, oh, do you know, fuck it, no, I'm not. But yeah, so she's there on the school trip, and yeah, by all accounts, it's all gone pretty smoothly this morning. The flight was massively delayed. She was up early Sunday morning, like early hours. The flight got delayed for like 3-4 hours, which is annoying in isolation. But when you've got like 30 like kids under your jurisdiction, fuck me, that's a stress. But yeah, it seems like it went pretty smoothly. But oh, that was one thing she did say. She took a picture of, you know, you get the train tracks, like the iconic train tracks to the, you know, the Birkenau, like part of it. If you don't know it, Jesus Christ, I'll Google it. Read a fucking book for once.
Not Muhammad. Why don't you just pick a common name like a normal person?
Muhammad is the most commonly used name on earth. Read a fucking book for once.
But it's like a massive marquee over it. It's like, oh, we couldn't see the train tracks because there's a massive marquee for the 80th anniversary of the liberation of the camp. And I was like, oh fuck, that's a real shame. Like, you'd be gutted if like you hadn't already been. She's like, oh yeah, it's such a big part of it. I'm like, yeah, but you can hardly fucking kick up a stink. Do you know what I mean? She's like, nah, especially as the marquee like is there and it's basically invites, you know, I've been sent out to politicians and survivors. So it's like, yeah, do you know what I mean? Going, hey, hi, quickly, do you think it's fair that we don't get to have a little look? Sorry? Hi, just, excuse me. Just wondering if it's, you know, it's not particularly fair that we don't get to have a look at the train tracks, really. Like, you can't really kick up a fuss at that point. What do you reckon was less fair out of the two? Oh, fuck me. So yeah, they missed out on that part of it, which is a shame because I think that really is one of the hard-hitting sort of bits, isn't it? It's probably one of the most sort of, that and the Arbeit Mark Fry sort of gate on the way in are kind of the iconic moments, right? But yeah, it's Poland was good, you know. Like I feel like maybe we should have had, like, and again, careful to not be like reviewing the Holocaust as good, but again, this isn't IMDb where people are reviewing the fucking character like Hitler as a person rather than the film about him. But like, I feel like we should have given ourselves maybe one more day after the fact to just do something a bit more light and frothy. We went to the salt mines the same day, for example, which is so fucking cool, and I think they're doing the same. So it really is rinse and repeat for my wife. Probably more mature people around her, actually. But the salt mines, can I just shock you, are like mines that are like were once mined for salt, but they've got like insane like cathedrals and temples and statues and carvings, and it goes deep as fuck underground. It's so cool. But like after a morning of Auschwitz and Birkenau, like you're kind of not in the mood to enjoy the, to be honest, one too many jokes about licking the walls. Hey, you can lick the walls, they're salty. Hey, you can lick, yeah, all right, mate. No, it wasn't. It weren't funny the first time.
Wait a minute. Must show you this. Lickable wallpaper for...
I reckon it'd be only better if they sort of let you loose a little bit and let you kind of like freeball and go where you want. But that's obviously a recipe for disaster. But it's so fucking cool down there. But I think, yeah, we should have given ourselves maybe another day where we could have done that a day after. Kind of just, yeah, I think you need a bit of time to reflect on that trip. And we didn't get that because all of a sudden we got some guy who probably doesn't know where we've just been, being like, hey, how we doing, all right? What's up with you all? Fucking tough crowd tonight. Did you do the lick the wall joke? I did it. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But yeah, so she's back late Wednesday, so it's all hands on deck at the minute. And yeah, I'm just gonna survive. Just got to survive at this point. But yeah, Poland was good. Like, it was, yeah, it was good. Well worth going. Like, but I'd say sort of check out other stuff too, because it's, yeah, I agree with my mate Nicola. Not that I argued with her in the first place. Like, yeah, it's not pleasant, that part of it, but it's fucking well worth going to. So yeah, if you can, or if you're thinking about it, like 100% go. It's incredible. But yeah, like, so, geez, I'm not going to go too heavy into this, but I'm going to give you a little recommendatione. It's a podcast on BBC Sounds called Cover, and it's called Steak Knife. And it's all about the Troubles and this guy who's like a double agent who basically was in the internal security for the IRA. His job basically to catch and kill informers for the British military, like British Army, while himself being an informer for the British Army, and how the British Army essentially covered up and prioritised assets to allow sometimes chucking innocent people to the wolves who weren't really informers, or just informers on a very minor scale, chucking them to the wolves and allowing them to be executed in order to keep Steak Knife's like double agent status intact, kind of thing. And yeah, it's fucking fascinating. And it's kind of led me to go really into the Troubles again. I watched a little documentary on YouTube about it. I remember we went to Belfast. We went originally because I loved the film Titanic, like, and other manly films as well, like Godfather and Scarface and Grease. But But we originally went for the Titanic experience, and we stayed a night in the Titanic hotel, and that was good. I'd say like the hotel was very like, for what you got, it's quite overpriced, I'd say. And while I'm doing fucking like reviews of places to go and things to watch, basically just telling you what to do with your life. The Titanic experience was fine. Like I'm really into it, so I expected to be more affected by it. It was fine. But what we did as well, we packed in a couple of other things where we went to the Crumlin Gaol, like the Crumlin jail, which was used for like prisoners of war from the Troubles conflict. I don't know if I spoke this on the last week's episode. I've no idea. If I did, I'm so sorry. Welcome to being my mate, because I know sometimes I'm talking to my mates and I know I've told them before, but they're too polite to tell me because I get into like a flow. We also went and did a tour of the peace lines. So yeah, it was like 3 hours long walking tour, but it was absolutely fucking fascinating, man. Again, I can hear my mate Nicola now going, not a holiday, Dan. I know it's not a holiday. And we are going to try and book one where, you know, we're not going to go over like, you know, stories of horror, blood and vitriol, and maybe just have a pina colada and a little dip in a pool. But it was so fascinating, man. 3 hours long. First hour and a half, you get walked around by a former IRA prisoner of war. The second hour and a half, you get walked around by a unionist, like loyalist, former prisoner of war. The handover was a bit frosty. Fucking hell. It's not. It still runs deep. Like, it's still very raw. Like, as you can see if you watch any documentaries, this isn't a long time ago at all. Like, this was spilling in well into the late 90s. Some of the peace line, I mean, a lot of the peace line sort of fencing are still up, and there's still barricades and curfews, and yeah, so it's still very raw in there. And like, it kind of felt like you were on edge. It's not dangerous to be there because obviously, you know, it was the people are fucking lovely. But there's a needle to it still. Like, you're aware that there's a bit of a prickle to it for sure. But yeah, it was good, that. And the Crumlin Gaol, the Crumlin jail, like, yeah, again, fascinating. I won't spoil it for you in case you go, but there's a bit where they show you where they stay before they were executed, and fuck me, that hit hard. Like, again, I won't spoil it because on the off chance, I'm not going to suggest you going off my recommendation, but if it's planned, don't want to give spoilers, do you know what I mean? But yeah, really, really good. Well worth a trip. And then when you've done that and Auschwitz, maybe you can, like I say, you can get on a lilo and maybe just, you know, have a few days off. How would you unwind, Dan? Good question. I'd like to get really knee deep in fucking atrocities on a huge scale. Yeah, that's my Radox. Now, speaking of atrocities on a huge scale, no, do you know, I'm not even going to go there, right? Because I'm not even that politically charged at all. But Trump's obviously being like sworn in as for his second term as the president of the United States of America, and obviously the world's losing its mind about it. Again, I got quite a few soapboxes last week. I'm probably going to get on another one real quick now. We can't really be surprised. Like, we can't really be surprised if we are going to culturally promote to icon status like fucking idiots, thinking the likes of the Kardashians and, you know, others like that. That's the easy low-hanging fruit example. But we put them into positions of almost leadership of our sort of social conditioning. We can't then be surprised when another sort of person who deals in vacuous, phatic rhetoric, stupid clickbait, kind of double speak, fake news, you know, headline punch kind of communication. We can't be surprised when someone like that then becomes a leader, becomes in charge. We had one in Boris Johnson here. Like, that's the leadership of a country reflects the landscape of the people who elect them. So you can't be shocked. Like I say, you can't have both. One has to come with the other. Like, you can't put these people on pedestals where it's like these are people of influence, people of power, people we should admire and aspire to be like, and then wonder why a fucking, you know, fake tan to the max fucking dude with a questionable barnet is finding himself in one of the highest offices in the land. Like, it's an inevitability, right? And I do think that, as I spoke in the past, it's not just crazy right-wing people that have put him there. I'd argue it's just as much a symptom of the crazy extreme left that are polarising people, allowing very little room for common ground, and then it just becomes a numbers game. And I think with the conditions we're currently in, where a lot of people here, and I'm guessing in America, feel aggrieved about particular parts of the landscape, and it feels that we're all on the arse end of all the shit, it allows people like him to get in power, point the finger at the appropriate people, and everyone just rallies behind them. Like, it's... Yeah, you can't be shocked. You can't be shocked. And listen, I don't know if Trump is any better or worse than Biden. I don't know. I feel like they're all dirty, like all of them. Anyone in positions of power, they've got their, usually through means that are not particularly savoury. But as I say, it's both sides are kind of acting the same as each other. I've seen some people suggesting that the assassination attempt on Donald Trump was not real, didn't happen because he hasn't got a sort of like a scar on his ear or whatever. And I just kind of feel like things like that, if that was someone on the right saying, you know, say someone made an attempt on Barack Obama's life, and there were people on the right going, oh, that weren't real, that didn't happen, they'd be immediately cast into the role of right-wing nutter. Like, but what's the difference? I don't know, I feel like this tribalism was only going to go one way, and it is going to become almost like, it's like you're voting for fucking Love Island, but it's presidents and leaders of the world. It's fucking mental. And the people that are backing him, like, you know, Elon Musk, who apparently did a Nazi salute. Why am I seeing that? Surely he didn't actually do a Nazi salute. Hang on, let me have a little look-see at this, because, you know, the whole point of this, well, it isn't, but on this occasion, is to go in ignorant and change that. Elon Musk. I'm not going to say the word out loud again because I think it's been a bit heavy on that kind of side of things, especially after the whole Inside Out movie discussion last week. Sorry, I said movie then. Gross, because I just read the word movie here. Film. It's film because we're British.
Meghan.
Rule Britannia. Okay. That's not a Nazi salute, is it? I've seen someone here saying it's a Roman salute. What the fuck's a Roman salute? I'm sorry, that is... Like, even if he didn't mean it, and mate, I have no idea of him. Oh, okay, right. So, yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, there's an ambiguity there for sure. But because, like, don't be an idiot, mate. Like, sometimes when I'm driving in the car, someone sort of stops to let me go. Sometimes I do one of them, and I feel I've gone a little bit too. Like, I start hearing... And even doing this now, I'm like, oh, shit. Like, even that then, my arm instinctively went, oh, careful, that can get clipped. But he kind of hits the bit before it where he sort of hits his chest. Wow, okay. Oh, the world's not got long left, has it? Not got long left at all, baby. Yeah, that is just colossally fucking stupid. And all it's going to do is stir the pot, really, innit? And, oh, man, fuck, it just annoys me because it's like, I've seen lots of still images of it, and I thought, oh, surely the actual action isn't that bad. There's the one where, is it Prince Charles? Now King... Oh, no, is it might be William? Who's doing a gesture, and it looks like he's fucking flipping someone off, but actually from the other angle, he's not. But you just... Oh, man. It's not going to help the fucking conversation, is it? Jesus Christ. Like, you know, he knows his way around a mean robot car, but you can't be doing Nazi salutes, Elon. What a weird sentence. Right, I've got my unacceptable here, and although we've had one as me closing my eyes when I spoke, like I'm really bloody important as a human being. Oh, man, my handwriting's so bad. Doing what? Unacceptable. Oh, I know what it'll be.
Meghan, that behaviour's unacceptable. I don't like it.
Having to do shopkeepers' jobs for them. I don't know if I spoke about this before, but I just had to take something back from my wife, of course, because I'm like part-time fucking delivery boy. And I get there, and it's one of the ones where, I've got to do like a Yodel delivery. Bop, here you go. He wanted the barcode. I put it down. He insisted on turning my phone the right way round. I'm like, mate, that's not how barcodes work. But anyway, fine, whatever. Turns it around, babbly boo, all good, right? Then he's like, okay, hands me the sticker. Now he's at the counter, I'm here. Hands me the sticker and goes, just put this on for me. And I'm thinking, why? What the fuck are you doing? Like, busy are you? Like, why am I doing your job? Like, and then so I was like, oh, okay, like peel it off, stick it on. And I'm like, sweet. He goes, oh, just take it around, then put it in a sack. I'm borderline standing behind the fucking till at this point. Honestly, I want to be like, what time do you shut tonight, mate? 11? Do you want me to come lock up? Oh, fuck me. Do you need a toilet or anything? Yeah, I'll man the till. Don't worry about it. What is this? Special on Freddo's, is it? Fuck about. Unacceptable, man. Do your job. That's literally what you're there for. Fuck it. I'll drive it there myself. Things in York. Honestly. Like, I don't know, man. I'm a massive advocate for self-serve machines. And I'm aware of the irony there, the hypocrisy. But that's because like, you decide to do that. But I just wanted you to... I hated doing panini stickers when I was a kid, fucking fiddling about with the doobry. Don't make me do it as an adult. I already don't want to be here. Fucking basically being a courier for my wife while she's swanning around the fucking world on lovely, pleasant, exotic holidays. Right, a little bit of local spotted, like, news. And do you know what? It's actually so bloody stupid. It's so bloody stupid. It won't take long. This was posted, right? Ah, where's it gone? Oh, right, come on. Bearing in mind, someone has actually written this down, like, typed it, Grandad, and hit post. They've gone, yeah. If anyone is doing a roast chicken soon and would be happy for me to have the carcass, I'm hoping to make some chicken bone broth, but don't cook a whole chicken myself often. Listen, Izzy. Buy a fucking chicken, mate. Just buy a fucking chicken. Like, the only way this would make any sense, I don't know how we could work this, where you need the carcass, but you don't want to be the person who causes the death of an animal. That's your only excuse going, I don't really want to, like, you know, I'm a vegetarian, but I need a carcass because, I don't know, my kid's a fledgling psychopath who wants to go on a killing spree. I'm trying to sort of, you know, appease him before he moves on to humans too quickly. Like, the only reason, like, there's no other reason than that. There probably are. There probably are reasons, actually, that go beyond I suspect my child is well on his way to a career in mass murder. I'm trying to sort of, like, yeah, satiate that bloodlust of theirs. But, like, just get a fucking chicken, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're living a life where you have the time to fucking go, ooh, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a fucking bone broth from scratch. And by the way, the amount of videos I've seen where people pour their broth down the fucking sink, inject
Person probably spent hours in their day making bone broth, all for it to go down the kitchen sink.
What?
At this moment, they realize they forgot the bowl.
I love that. Who the fuck do you think you are? Get some bisto like the rest of us. If you've got the ability, the sort of gumption to do that, then pop to the fucking shops, mate, buy a chicken. Do you know what I mean? Cook it up. Enjoy some nice chicken sarnies. Feed the chickens to the fucking cats outside. Whatever. But, like, who's, like, the logistics of that? Oh, yeah, I've just cooked your chicken, actually. Where should I keep it before you come to collect? Yeah, don't worry. I'll just pop it on the sofa. You let me know when you're coming round. Fucking, I'll just keep that stinky fucking chicken carcass about. Yeah, when can you pick it up? Few days' time? Yeah, don't sweat, mate. I'll pop it in the fridge. It'll be all right. Also, how are they getting it home? Oh, yeah, no, cheers for that. Yeah, I didn't need a bag. It'll be all right. I'll pop it on my lap. I'll put it in my fucking kid's child seat. Yeah, they'll love it. They're fucking well into, like, blood, guts, and gore. I just think, like, I say, at the point of typing out, it is, right, here, right, I'm an actor. It's my craft. I'm not an actor. Here is an actual, we're not going to use a computer, Grandad, like I've got on the desktop, the posting to the interweb. I'll be like this. Is anyone doing a roast chicken soon? And we'll be happy to have the carcass. I'm hoping to make some chicken bone broth. This is fucking stupid. What am I doing? That's how that goes. Like, I'll just go fucking Lidl, and buy a bloody chicken. Do you know what I mean? Also, speaking of having time on your hands, my neighbours running a fucking 2-man car wash. Granted, they're just washing their own cars. I'm sure they're not actually paying themselves. Who's got the fucking time, mate? They ain't got kids, obviously. It's the ones who, my two, like, that whole, shebang debacle. I nearly ran over their jet washer because it was right in the way where I was trying to park my car. There's like suds and soap all over the bloody floor. Like, they're hoovering it. They've got, like, all the gear. I'm thinking, you people, you need a fucking kid. Seriously, like, you have too much time in your hands. Because one was doing it yesterday. I've gone out about this morning, come home, and then the other one's washing her car today. It's like, fucking, listen, I don't know what you do for careers, but, like, there are people that would do this for a tenner. And I'm saying this like I would ever take my car because I wouldn't. But I feel like if it doesn't affect the function, bit of fucking dirt. I mean, it just shows it's, it's done a good day's work. But who's got the fucking time? Do you know what I mean? Whip a sponge across the window if it's getting a bit mucky. But they're going full like tan car wash. Don't know if that means anything to you. It's one of the many fronts and rackets and fences that we have around the area that wash cars and probably don't do anything else to earn money. Or it's definitely not a vessel for cleaning any dirty money. Definitely not. It's not. It's definitely just the cars that they're cleaning there. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe that says more about me at the minute. I think if it's understandable, right? If you've got a toddler, you're up to your elbows in piss and shit, and I've got a dog much the same. I've not got time to be fucking giving my car a full valet my fucking self, mate. Definitely wait. So, do you know what? Like, I mean, good luck to him. But imagine having your day off and going, oh, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll clean my car thoroughly. Fuck that. What is a day off anyway? I've heard about them. Apparently you don't have to do anything. Yeah, don't fucking exist, mate. Don't have kids. And do you know what as well with the don't have kids thing? Like, that's obviously silly. I love my daughter and my steplad's fucking loads. They're great, right? Colossal pains in the fucking arse in very different ways. But they're great. But fuck me, like, the only time you get time away is when you're already, like, busy. You're making yourself busy on the time when you don't have them. And so many times, like when we went to do the Belfast trip, when we went to do the Auschwitz-Birkenau, like, at the end of it, I was like, that was great. What are we doing? Why are we getting 2 days away from our children and spending it basically up at 7, walking around like dickheads all day and back late again? Like, why don't we just have childcare and then go home and watch some fucking Netflix? Do you know what I mean? Doze in and out, watching a whole series. I chatted to my mate about recommendations when we were playing some video games the other night, and he was like going, oh yeah, this Say Nothing, I think it's called. Again, another kind of, he knows I'm in my hyper focus around the Troubles, and it's a show kind of around the sort of, that period of time in Ireland. And he's like, oh yeah, that was great. I watched it in like, I think like a day and a half. And I'm like, oh, fuck off, mate. That doesn't exist in my life. Being able to just, oh mate, it's great. Just fucking knocked out in a whole day. Yeah, no, it doesn't exist. That's long gone. When my wife was pregnant with my daughter, and obviously the lads went to their dad's sort of, they see him every week. I remember we watched all of the Freddy Krueger and Nightmare on Elm Street and Jason, Friday the 13th. We watched them all. Chronological order. They were fucking appalling. Nobody cared. We just sat there watching it. Libertine inside the belly, sort of bumping and kicking every now and then. Just eating food, falling asleep, waking up. Oh, okay, yeah, this is still fucking terrible. Like, oh, we didn't know we were born. We were basically like Libertine in that moment. We didn't know we were fucking born. Right, let's get to my favourite memories. To bring it home, I've just realised this has ran to nearly 50 minutes, which is a bit annoying because I'm going to have to edit this and I don't have the time. It's got very... Do you know what? Let me make a pledge to you. Next one's going to be a lot more silly. I feel like this one got quite heavy going again. So for those who don't know, I go to my favourite memories, absolutely fucking raw, and judge myself accordingly. 3 years ago today, lovely frosty morning, so I made the most of it by putting on some marigolds and picking up about 8 kilos of frozen shit from the back garden. Update, Gallagher, as he always does, has immediately gone out and dropped another fudge bomb. Yeah, motherfucker, man. If ever I'm picking up shit, he just watches me, like, whatever the dog equivalent of, like, filing their nails is. Then the second I'm done, he's like, done? Finished? Brilliant. All right, off I go then. And just looks me dead in the fucking eyes as well. 5 years ago today, you can't call it finishing leftover Christmas junk food if you're buying it in January. Still doing that. Chocolate coins are still a problem. I'm getting big ups from someone who put me on their comedy night. I'm in a pub which sells £320 bottles of pop. Is everybody okay? I just can't work that out, man. Obviously, I'm talking like some sort of like alcoholic beverage. Football stuff. Can't be 10 years ago today. Can't be asked with this working lark. Isn't there something better I could be doing with my time? Good question. Still feel that way. Run Ralph 12 years ago. No idea. Went to see Ed Sheeran 13 years ago. That was good, that. It was in South London. I think it was Brixton. Like, he had, like, Devlin came out, Rizzle Kicks, Wretch, Mikel Payne. Like, it was, yeah, fucking unreal. And, yeah, that is more or less it. Is Mentally Bored 16 years ago today. I would take mental boredom at this point, to be honest. Can't switch my fucking brain off now. Yeah, bit scrambled beg on toast because I think it's the same day. Yeah, it's mentally bored and up for a chat, but it's going to go to bed. My mum commented, sleep, chat, you can't do both, Dan. As someone says, I bet you fucking can. You're absolutely right. Yes, I can. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to wrap that up and we're all done. Oh, man, yeah, we won't go to... Jesus Christ, there's a video I saw where we talk about, like, stupid comments on the internet. Oh, my God, little teaser for next week. Someone's clearly not watched the video, and with my Arsenal TikTok, I get it all the time. Again, they're not on their fucking desktops. Grandad, writing a letter. Oh, yeah, you think you have injuries? How about the fact that we had Salah injured? Like, so... But they've not watched the fucking video. And, Jesus, the best example ever. Best example of someone not watching the bloody video. We'll get into it next week. This has been RuMayoNation, episode 21, in the bag, but not yet posted. Don't get complacent. Don't get complacent. hit me up if you have, so you can sort of help me out with the sign, sort of put me on to someone. Don't like Etsy shops, don't know why, just it confuses me. I don't really know what you're fucking paying for, and all of a sudden things just jump up in price the second I go in a fucking basket. But yeah, tell your mates, share, subscribe, like. We'll do clips, is going on YouTube. Do you know what, episode 21, it's like, right, we can get serious now. We'll do some clips, we'll get our TikTok going at RuMayoNation. Yeah, cool. It's been 50 minutes. I'm gonna let you know that now. If anything's been cut, I think I did one too many things that looked a bit too much like an Elon Musk salute. Just know how much got hacked and cut away. But yes, cool. Have a good week, everyone. I'll catch you in a bit. Usual shit. Shut up then.